Hi, and thank you so much for joining me for today's Pilates stretch. I have been figure skating today and I need to stretch my body, so I thought, why not stretch together? So make sure you've got your Pilates mat ready to go, perhaps wearing something comfortable. And just remember, with a stretch, there should never be any pain. There's just going to be a bit of mild discomfort. Okay, so let's come into an all fours position and stretch out our back muscles. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we're just going to bring the head up, tilt that pelvis away, and then chin to the chest, round that back as much as you can. So inhale, chin up, tuck that tailbone away. Lovely. Chin to the chest, round that spine. Let's go 2 more of these. Wonderful. And then last one. Good. Okay, keep that rounded back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, rock back. And just see how far you can comfortably rock back on your heels. We're trying to open up the lower part of that back. Okay, 2 more. Keep that rounded back, falling back. Wonderful. And then last one. And then fall all the way back onto those heels, into that child's pose. Reach those fingertips out in front. Thumbs touching. Feel that stretch across the upper back muscles. Breathe into it. And then we're going to inhale. On the exhale, walk both hands over to one side. Feel that stretch all the way down the armpit, down the side there. And then inhale. On the exhale, come onto the other side. Good. Walk it over, hold it, breathe. And then when you're ready, back to center. Extend the fingertips as far as you comfortably can. Okay, from here, we're going to push forward and we're going to drop our hips. So have the hands about shoulder hip width apart. Bring yourself forward, drop those hips. And push away from the mat, opening up that section in the core. Try and separate the rib cage from the pelvis there. Good. Drop the shoulders at the top. Feel that stretch. Good. And then if you'd like to, you can look over one side. Inhale, center. Onto the other side. Let's just do one more either side. Fantastic. And then take it back. Brilliant. Okay. Let's feed one arm through. The important bit is that your head is relaxed down on the mat. Coming into a bit of a shoulder stretch, bit of a spine stretch. So relax the head down on the mat. I know it can be a little bit awkward, so you kind of got to play around with it. And every exhale, just try and sink into that stretch a little bit more. And then if you would like, with this free hand, you can place it around the side, just to open up that shoulder. Keep breathing. And then inhale. On the exhale, place it back, untangle. Reach through the other side. Same again, the important bit is that the head is relaxed down. So bottom up towards the ceiling, head down. Try and relax that shoulder. And the same again, if you're able to, bring that hand around the side of the body. Hold that stretch. And then inhale. On the exhale, back to centre. Lovely. Oh, nice. Right, come onto your backs. Let's come into a full body stretch first, actually. Lengthen out yourselves, extend the fingers, extend the toes. Take a nice big inhale. Reach as far as you comfortably can, and then exhale, release. Good, let's go again. Inhale, reach. Stretch, exhale, release. Okay, one more. Lovely, enjoy, and release. Great. Okay, bring the knees in towards the chest. And I want you to try and just relax those hips, relax the knees, just hold that there a second. You should then feel a nice gentle stretch in the kind of the inner thigh, in the groin, just opening up those hips. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Good, keep breathing. Allow those knees to feel heavy, feet to feel heavy. Stretch, opening up the hips. And then from there, bring the knees together nice and gently. We're just going to rock from side to side, massage out that lower back. One more, either side. And then we're going to drop both knees down to the side and then bring those arms up to shoulder height. And the head is going to look the opposite direction to the knees. And we're just going to hold that stretch. It's the same again, you might feel that stretch, maybe it might be the bottom cheek, it might be the lower back. You might feel that stretch across the armpit as well. Wherever your body needs to feel it. Just hold it there. And then nice big inhale. On the exhale, bring the knees across the other side. Good, head look the opposite direction. Just hold, breathe into that stretch. Wonderful, happy thoughts. And then inhale. On the exhale, gently come back to centre. Brilliant. Okay, bring one knee in towards the chest, give it a hug. If you want to ease out the ankle, actually, you can. Good. Oh, hopefully there's not too many clicks in that ankle. Change the direction. Good. And then we're going to extend that leg. Change onto the other side. So drawing that knee in towards the chest. So you might be feeling a bit of a stretch down the front of the thigh there. That's hopefully the plan. Change the direction of the ankle. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to go into a glute stretch now. So come back and place that foot on the floor. Other ankle is going to cross over the knee. And then we're going to reach through, draw the knees in towards the chest and feel that stretch in the bottom cheek. So relax the neck and the shoulders. Draw the knees all the way into the chest as far as you can go comfortably. As I said at the beginning, with a stretch, should never be any pain. It's just going to be uncomfortable, basically. So hold that stretch, breathe into it. Feel that stretch all the way down that bottom cheek. Think inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Good. Try and relax into that stretch. And then when you're ready, untangle very gently. Change it over, so other foot down, ankle across, reach through, draw the knees in towards the chest. And you might find that one side is slightly tighter than the other. That's pretty normal. So hold it, breathe, relax. On every exhale, just try and sink in that a little bit deeper. Try and relax the muscles. And then nice big inhale. On the exhale, gently, very gently release. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to go on to our side. Bend your bottom leg. Top leg, you're going to reach for your heel if you can, and we're just going to feel the stretch down the front of that quad there. So try and bring that heel to that bottom as much as you can. Push the hip forward, and we're aiming to feel that stretch across the thigh. So the bottom leg can be bent, it can be extended. I don't mind, as long as you're able just to stabilise. Feel that stretch down the front of that quad. Good. Breathe, hold into that stretch. Lovely. And then all we're going to do is we're going to draw the knee into the chest and give it a hug. Hug it out, ease it out. Wonderful. And then relax. Good. Okay, prop yourself up. Let's go on to the other side. And then we'll come up to a seated position. So from there, just taking it into that quad stretch again. So bottom leg bent, top leg, reach for that heel if you can. Knees together and push that hip forward. Feel that stretch from the hip all the way down the front of that thigh. Not the most comfortable, a little bit awkward, but just do what you can. So into that quad stretch, hold it there. Feel that stretch on the front of the thigh. And then inhale. On On the exhale, bring it forward, just come into a little bit of a hug, ease it out. Wonderful, and gently release. Good. Okay, up to a seated position. From here, extend those legs out in front. We're going to go into a bit of a hamstring stretch. So relax the legs, we're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to collapse and roll forward, and we're going to hold that stretch there. Try and pull the toes towards you if you can reach the feet. If you can't, that's absolutely fine. Just do what you can and relax the backs of the legs. That is the ultimate goal. Let's take this way on. Good. So reach as far as you comfortably can, and we're just going to hold it and breathe into it. So on every exhale, see whether you can just sink just that little bit deeper into the stretch. Can you reach just that little bit further? Relax the backs of the legs. Good. Let's take one more nice big inhale. On the exhale, hold it. Can you increase it just that little bit further? Amazing. And then very, very, very gently ease it up. Good. Okay, bring the feet in. Drop down the sides of the knees. We're just going to open up those hips. So feet in, that's the one. Good. Feet together, drop down the sides of those hips. Same again, one hip might drop a little bit lower than the other. So one knee might be a little bit lower, and that is okay. And if you can increase it, you're just going to gently lean forward, opening up the hips. You might feel a stretch in the groin, in the inner thigh. And you're just going to hold it and remember to breathe. Lovely. Think of some happy thoughts. Keep breathing. Wonderful. And then nice big inhale. On the exhale, gently come out of it. Good. Okay, extend one leg. Last little bit, we're just going to go into a lower back. So relax this leg. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, reach up, and we're going to lean to the side. Reach as far as you comfortably can and aim to feel that stretch in that lower back there. Hold it. Same again, if you can't quite reach that foot, that's absolutely fine. Just reach as far as you can. Feel that stretch in the lower back. If you want to increase it, that other arm comes up and over. And try and look up towards the ceiling there. You might still feel a bit of a stretch in the back of the leg and that hamstring. But the main focus is that lower back, which we're trying to open up. Same again on every exhale. Try and sink into it. Good. Inhale. On the exhale, very gently for me, ease it back up. Wonderful. Good. Okay, on to the other side. Last little bit, and then we'll take it into the neck and the shoulders. So inhale. On the exhale, lean up and across. Find that stretch. Find where you can feel it, aiming for that lower back. Once you kind of feel it, see whether you can try and increase it. Keep breathing. Lovely, keep holding. Try and relax those muscles, don't let them tense up. Remember, it's going to be uncomfortable. Stretching can be quite difficult actually, because it's focusing on the breathing, it's relaxing the muscles, it's trying to increase that range of motion. And then nice big inhale. On the exhale, very gently bring it up. Good. Okay, come into a seated position, or if you would like, you can take a seat on your heels. So tuck under your toes and take a seat back. And that will just stretch out the backs of your feet, which I quite like. So from here, roll the shoulders up and back down. Brilliant. And then chin to the chest, we're going to round that back. So bring the hands together. Imagine you're reaching over a beach ball, chin to that chest. Feel that stretch across the shoulder blades, upper back muscles. Hold it there. inhale. On the exhale, take the hands behind. We're going to open up the chest, so squeeze the shoulder blades together now. Feel that stretch across the front of the shoulders, into those chest muscles. You might feel it across the biceps maybe. Wonderful. And then inhale. On the exhale, gently release. Good. Okay. Inhale to look one way with the neck. Exhale to look the other way. Inhale to look one way. Exhale to look the other way. Just a few more, and then we'll take it into a neck stretch. So from here, we're going to place our fingertips on top. Open up that neck. Really try and pull that shoulder down so you feel that neck all the way into the shoulder. If you move the chin, actually, you'll find that stretch move. So find where you'd like that stretch today. As long as you can feel it down the side, that's what I would like. And then inhale. On the exhale, let's take it on to the other side. Good, open it up. Wonderful, keep hold, keep breathing. And then inhale. On the exhale, gently back to center. Good, reach up towards the ceiling, nice big inhale. On the exhale, float those arms down. And keep that height in that spine. Amazing. Thank you ever so much for joining me for today. Hopefully your body is feeling just a little bit more relaxed, a bit more loosey-goosey, I guess. You can never stretch enough. So if you can keep stretching throughout this week, that would be absolutely wonderful. If you do like these videos, please do subscribe, please do like, share, comment, spread the word, because your support means the world to me. And I love recording these videos for you guys. And as I say, you can never stretch enough. So I'm benefiting, and hopefully you're benefiting at home as well. So have a fantastic rest of the day, and hopefully I will get to see you soon.